What's going on, guys? It's Kickers of Earth here. I wanted to make this video to explain how to relax during times of stress. Oftentimes, when we are stressed, we tend to get that bubbly feeling in our stomach, what we call butterflies, or that really tight chest, the heart is beating really fast, your face is getting red, and you're getting all sweaty in your hands. There's a lot of different cues that can cause stress or anxiety or fear or lack of confidence. And the purpose of this video is I really wanted to dive into how to address that and help yourself out so that you're not stressed when you're playing football, when you're kicking field goals, when you're about to block the penalty against a soccer team, when you're about to take this big test. It's not just sports related, it's life related. And this is something that I've really honed in on in the past 5-6 years and done my absolute best to really master so that I can become the best version of myself because I'm fully present in the moment and I can attack whatever it is in front of me. And so I really wanted to break this down into one primary principle that's going to cover up a couple things that are very helpful for yourself to start doing. I can make a video in the future about the benefits of working out and journaling and everything, but for now we're going to focus on one really important thing, which is going to be your breathing and meditation. So when it comes to meditation and breathing, there are so many benefits that you can immediately notice within a week of doing them. But let me just take a step back and tell you a little story about myself and when I was playing. All right, so when I was a younger kicker, I was probably a freshman and sophomore in college. I had a really tough season my first year in college. I had a really weird transition. I was practicing on my own a lot, but I wasn't really getting in team reps, and it was really affecting my performance. I didn't end the way I wanted to. The next season, I just worked my butt off in the summer, and I developed a lot of ways, and I had better success, going into that year. But it wasn't until my junior year in college where I started getting more reps and more practice was I really starting to get the feel of, how can I become my best self in this sport? And the reps were very important for me. But apart from physically practicing, there was a huge gap in my game that I was never aware of until I actually dove into it and realized it one day. Was my mentality was not where I wanted it to be. So when I was a younger kicker, I got lessons from one of my mentors, Nick Gatto, and I love the guy to death. I help him out every time I get a chance, every time I'm free on the weekends. And he took me into a raw, unconfident, strong kicker into a really developed and accurate kicker that I am today. Okay, but that was one piece of the puzzle, was the technique of it. But for years, I had neglected the most important part of my game, which is the mental part. And I really regret not taking a bigger focus and priority on the mental side of things for so long. I had neglected it for years. For almost 6 years, I didn't even want to consider that was the reason why I wasn't performing my best at some of these games. I would do really well before practice. I would make every kick all the way up to 56, 58 yards in high school. And then I would go to the game. I would perform okay. I would make the kick, but it wouldn't ever be a really good kick. It wasn't ever I was super confident every single time. And again, I finally figured it out my junior year as to how I did that. So it started one game after our opening game of the year. We played Baylor. We didn't win. We got whooped, but I did okay. I managed to make my extra point and have a kickoff, but I think I broke the record for the NCAA for most punts in the game. I think I had 13, something ridiculous. My leg was like a noodle at the end. But after that game, on the bus ride home, I really started to think, how can I increase my performance daily at practice and in just my life. And I finally found a video that I was looking for months that I didn't even know I was looking for. So it was a video by Eckhart Tolle, and the purpose of it, I can link to it right here, but the purpose of it was paying attention to the in-between. And that's the best way I could describe it, is the in-between is the moment between now and now. So being aware of the moments where there isn't anything going on, being aware of what's around you when there's no noise. And it's not like waiting for there to be no noise. It's just, it's what he calls being present. And you hear that a lot in the space, in like the personal development space, but it's more of a buzzword. And basically what it means is becoming attentive to like your senses. So right now, a cue could be like, how does your fingers feel when you're rubbing them together? Like when you're touching the desk in front of you or your clothes, like becoming ultra sensitive and aware of what it is that you're experiencing. Like, what am I seeing? Am I in tune with the sounds that are going on around me? And it sounds, whoopty uppity, spiritualistic type thing, but it really was transformative for my performance. And I saw that video. It's probably 15 minutes total, like the day before my game. And that whole day, I was a night and day difference. Like, I was actually at peace and happy throughout the day. And then the game day came, and I was a completely different person. Like, I used to be on lockdown the whole day of the game, and then I'd play the game, and then I'd chill, like I'd be okay. But this day, I was so much more relaxed, so much more at peace, that I was able to enjoy the game, and I performed the best I had ever done. I had my best field goal day, my best punt day, my best kickoff day. And it's because of the fact that I was able to separate myself from my mind. Like, I was able to just be here now, be in the present moment, and I balled out. And that was just an epiphany for me. So it wasn't until that I really understood the purpose of being present that I was able to fully engage myself in the moment that I was in. And I performed at a much higher level from the rest of my college career. And when I was in these moments of high stress, like my team drove down the field, we crossed the 50, and I'm starting to think, oh my goodness, like I gotta get ready, I gotta go kick 15 footballs into the net, like I gotta prepare. And then all of a sudden, I just remembered the video, and he was like, you've got to separate yourself and almost see your thinking brain, and then just let it drift off, and just realize it's a thought. It's just a thought. It's not real. And then you disassociate yourself with it, and then you're good. And then you're in the moment. And that's exactly what I would do. I would start to have my mind racing with all these thoughts, and then I would realize I'm thinking so much. And then I just take a breath, and I'm back in the moment. And then I would just perform. And that was the whole season and the following season. That was exactly what I did. And I had an amazing finish to my college career, at least for what I knew I was capable of doing. I was very happy with the way that my career finished in college because of the fact that I was able to separate myself from these thoughts. So it would happen relentlessly, game after game. Like, your mind is not just some rinky-dink toy that you can just take advantage of. Like, your mind knows all of your weaknesses and all of your faults and all of your fears. Like, it knows how to get to those. So if you can understand how to take control of your mind through breathing and meditation, you can really start to have a lot more authority on how your life goes and how your performance goes as an athlete. So whenever I was able to do that, again, it was a transformative experience for me. So I'll give you one last example. whenever I was in a situation, I had a game where my whole family came to watch me play, and I was a nervous wreck. Like the whole day, I knew that, oh my gosh, my whole family's gonna watch me. What if I screw up? What if I mess up? Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. And the game came, and I actually didn't perform to the level that I wanted to. But the important thing was, halftime came, I regrouped, I got inside myself, and just started just breathing, just taking deep breaths, because I know that now, at this point in life, and that was a definitive moment, was the second I started to feel this tense feeling in my stomach and my heart, I would just take these big, big, big breaths and then just let it go. And it would immediately trigger me into a state of presence and calm. And that was exactly what I did in this game. At halftime, I just took this 5-minute breather and just reconnected. I remembered that it was just a period that, so what? I screwed up. I missed a couple kicks. Big deal. Let's just move on. You know, this isn't the end of the world kind of thing. And I did great. I actually kicked the game winner in that game, and it felt awesome. But that wouldn't have happened had I never become aware of meditation and breathing and the ability to calm yourself down in these high stress moments. So I guess the main thing I'm trying to say here, guys, is while it would be great to tell you I'm the perfect man who never fears and never stresses, like I have just as many weaknesses as many of you guys, but the big difference between myself or other high-performing athletes is the ability to become aware of your thoughts and just be in the moment. And I promise you, if you were to take 5 minutes to 10 minutes a day, just sit down, put a timer on your phone, and just time yourself for 10 minutes and do nothing but breathe and focus on your breathing. Your mind is definitely going to wander off into some weird place that you never thought it would go. You're going to think about like what you had for dinner 3 weekends ago, like why is soup called soup, you know, whatever else. And just the second you realize that your mind has wandered, you come back into your breathing. And if it's hard enough to do on your own, you can easily download apps. There's Headspace, 10% Happier, Waking Up. These are all really good apps, and there's many other ones that you can use. Personally, my favorite is the Wim Hof method. This is the one I've used for many, many, many years, and it is by far giving me the best results just on a day-to-day productivity and just peace of mind level. But I think in terms of an athlete and a kicker and a person who wants to really get a hold of their mentality, you have to have power over your mind, and the way you do that is through conscious breathing. So again, anytime you get this sense of, oh my gosh, like I'm really stressed, that's the exact moment that you need to take a breath and just chill out, because it's all going to be perfectly fine, but you do not need to freak out about it and stress out too much. Okay, so I hope that helped. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. That helps me out tremendously. I really do love making this stuff for you, and this is a fun one to make. So again, if you guys really like this stuff, I'll be happy to put out more of this. Just let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see next, and I'll be happy to make that. But if you guys haven't already, there are all the links in the description have a bunch of different resources that you can check out. But the one that means the most to me is the ebook that's coming out later this year. If you haven't already signed up for that, please do so. It's going to have so much content. Like, this is all of the material that I've ever learned in my entire life for kicking and punting in that ebook. There's going to be an entire section from kickers and punters in the professional levels, whether they're currently playing or they played years and years and years ago, like Nick Novak, Matt Amendola, Ali Mortada, Giorgio Tavecchio. Those are a couple names that I can think of right now. There's plenty of other ones, like dozens and dozens of other kickers that are really talented, and some of them are my best friends. And they're just really, really important people that you would want to listen to. Like, I'm in the works of getting some other big names that I don't want to spoil yet, but you guys definitely want to get on this. And again, that link can be in the description below, and then you can also check out my blog at kickersoferarth.com. Those are going to have some other resources. But again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Peace out.